Why did we choose this life? Why did we become superheroes? We dedicate our lives to fighting crime for one reason: to make $1 billion on a superhero franchise. Now let's go through the plan one more time. First, we start with the Coon movie. Then we do the Super Craig movie. Then Super Craig and Coon will join forces in the Human Kite movie just as we start ramping up Kenny's Netflix series.
How come I have to have the Netflix series? I want a movie too.
You have a movie, Mysterion. You're in the third Coon and Friends United movie after your Netflix series.
Yeah, but he's saying he doesn't ever get his own movie.
Do I get my own movie? Not everyone gets their own movie.
This franchise plan sucks. If we want to make billions of dollars, then I think we should start with the Tupperware movie.
Right, start with a black superhero.
Marvel is making a black superhero movie.
Yeah, now? They waited years to get to that. We follow their plan. We do all the real people first, and we sneak the black guy in phase 3.
How about we just do movies starring all of us, like all the time? But then we're just rehashing the same old material.
There's nothing wrong with doing the exact same movie to start a franchise.
Okay, J.J. Abrams.
Okay, so you're on Cartman's side?
He just likes this plan because he gets 2 movies in phase 1.
Guys, we have to just go with this plan. We don't even have one movie yet.
How did it get to this? How did we grow so far apart?
You go with the plan. Maybe we'll just go and do our own franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, you want Civil War? Is that what you want? Yeah, dude, it's Civil War. You. Oh, you get out of my house.
We'll make way more money on our franchise.
Go ahead. I bet you don't even get halfway through phase 1 on your franchise, DC Comics.
I thought Civil War wasn't supposed to happen until phase 3.
Shut up, Super Craig. I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice.
Did I just hear someone use a microaggression?
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So South Park just released a new game. If you guys didn't know, they just totally destroyed Marvel and DC, so we have to talk about this. Sometimes South Park feels like it's going nowhere, and sometimes it feels like pure genius, and this wound up being a total slam dunk. When they first announced this game last year, I had absolutely no idea what the title meant. I was like, this sounds like nothing, whatever, and I just forgot about it. But in the context of this trailer, it totally makes sense. They're basically doing Captain America Civil War, but it's Batman v Superman versus Captain America Civil War. And if you missed the Washington Redskins episode a couple seasons ago, they also do one of Cartman's funny franchise plans. This is our business plan. This chalkboard is a work of art. It has a bunch of funny names of characters for funny movies that they're going to do. It's part of the story of how they're trying to make movies the way Marvel makes movies and plot them out. But they also poke fun at Marvel for sneaking the black guy in phase 3, deciding which characters like the Coon are good enough to start off phase 1, who gets 2 movies during that phase, who starts out in the Netflix series, then works his way into the big team-up movie. And then you have the big team-up Avengers movies, Coon and Friends 1, Coon and Friends 2, Armageddon, Coon and Friends 3, United, with Mysterion. Mysterion is probably like the Spider-Man character. You've got your villain movie, your Suicide Squad team-up movie, Professor Chaos Squad. And then they also have a whole bunch of DC jokes on here too, like Coon versus Super Craig. So this is super meta. Like you could just pause this and look at it and just look at all the things and guess what they're making fun of at each of these titles. They've even plotted out a Latin America only movie release, Coon y Amigos. So when South Park does stuff like this, when they're firing on all cylinders, doing something that's very topical and recent, they're just pure genius. So while Deadpool takes the piss out of the superhero genre, South Park really takes the piss out of Hollywood in general. They just do a much better job of it. And what I'm expecting is, because this is a video game, they're going to mirror a lot of shots from Captain America Civil War, Batman v Superman, so just look for Easter eggs in the way battles shape up in the cutscenes. But the basic story of the game is that they're trying to make all these movies. It's Coon and Friends, like Cartman tries to organize all these superheroes like they did in the Coon and Friends episodes a couple seasons ago. They're going to make a bunch of movies, but they can't decide who's going to be in what movie, how this is all going to work out, and that's what causes Civil War. So then as they're walking away, you realize that like half of the table was DC and the other half was Marvel characters. DC, you're not even going to get halfway through phase 1. So it makes you wonder how much of this they added late, because all the drama with Batman v Superman didn't happen until this year. I mean, people were worried about the film last year, but it takes a long time to make video games. So I'm guessing they added a lot of this context very recently, because they wouldn't have even seen Captain America Civil War till this spring. But if you're wondering, when South Park makes fun of Hollywood franchises and characters like this, they don't have to get permission. Sometimes they do, like Family Guy got Lucasfilm's permission when they did the Star Wars episodes, but this is really South Park doing a meta send-up of all these things combined, rather than Family Guy, which was doing like a shot-for-shot remake of the Star Wars movies, so that's kind of a different case. But this week, we have reached peak shut up and take my money. So as E3 goes on, there's a bunch of titles that I've pre-ordered. Typically, for those of you that ask, most of my pre-orders for consoles are PS4 just because so many more people play on that console, but Microsoft is flipping on the ability for you to buy a console exclusive and also play it on your PC. Like you'll get a free digital download for your PC, but it's not for every single Xbox game. It's only for Xbox exclusive titles like Gears of War. So with games like South Park that get released on all consoles and PC, I'd recommend you stick with whatever primary platform you game on. But important stuff, if I didn't say it already, the game is out December 6th, so be sure to check it out. And a lot of you were asking me about Spider-Man. There was a really cool Spider-Man PS4 trailer. I'll do a video for that tomorrow, because it'll be based on Tom Holland's new version of the character. There'll be Easter eggs for the movies, but the story of the game isn't going to be exactly what the story of the movie is going to be. There will be a little crossover, like the way the suit works with Stark Tech, so I'll explain that tomorrow. I totally love South Park so much, especially when they do stuff like this. But while you guys wait for my next video to post, you can click here for my Game of Thrones trailer for next week's episode, and you can click here for my Injustice 2 gameplay trailer. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.